It's another delicious day here in the Let's Make Food from Food Kitchen, and today we're gonna make some Parmesan potatoes. We're gonna slice them thin and bake them. So let's go ahead and just get started. We're gonna jump right into it today. I have my mandolin slicer. If you don't have a mandolin slicer, as always, just slice them as thinly and evenly as you can. Why does that matter? It's all about cooking it evenly. If they aren't evenly sliced, then they won't cook evenly. So here's what I've got for my thickness. Okay, allow me to be a good example for those who don't want to slice off their finger and use the guide. It's a bad habit to not use the guide, and if we're being honest with myself and with you, I don't use it as much as I should. I tend to just go for it. That's bad. So what I have here is I'm gonna start it so it's started. I have 4 Yukon Gold potatoes. You can use red potatoes, you can use russets. The one thing you want to be mindful of is russets will cook faster, so you might need to adjust your cook time. And these are small to medium, they're not super big potatoes. Okay, all of my potatoes are thinly sliced. I have a parchment lined baking sheet, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then I have a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. You can use more. Salt and pepper is always to taste. And some fresh cracked pepper. And I will probably stir this and add a little bit more. And 2 cloves of garlic. And this one is just 2 stuck together. One's larger, one's smaller, and I'm just going to crush it right on in here. You could use powder if you wanted to. I always prefer fresh if it's an option. But when you're in your kitchen, you do what you want. Okay, and we're just gonna give it a good stir. We wanna try and evenly coat everything. Another way you could do this is to toss it all in a baggie and shake it up. I don't tend to do that because it's just wasteful with the bags, but you can do it. No shame. There's no shame in your game. Okay. Now this one, you're going to get your hands a little dirty for just a moment because we're going to layer these. Okay. Kind of like fan them out. If you've got a nice stack, that's a good way to start. Okay. They shouldn't be overlapping a lot, but some is okay. And you just want to make sure you have enough room on your pan to get them all on. And again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, you'll probably have more space if you're using a full-size baking sheet. I don't have that luxury in this kitchen, so I do the best I can with what I have, which is exactly what you should be doing. The best you can with what you have. There's never any drive for perfection. I think that's unrealistic. I think you should just do your best. One of the best ways to learn is trial by error. Of course, there's something to be said for education, but you'll never do anything different if you don't experiment. And so I encourage you to take a recipe and make it your own, experiment. And if you make those changes and find, oh, I liked this part, but not that part, well, just keep on going until you like it to your taste, because that's the thing about cooking. One person's gonna love it and another person's gonna be like, ew, that looks gross. My oven's preheating 450 degrees. I think it already beeped at us actually. So 450 degrees. And these are gonna bake for about 35 minutes. These are almost ready to go into the oven. I need 4 tablespoons of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And we're just sprinkling it on there, and it's gonna get nice and crispy. So we're gonna bake these for about 30 minutes. You're gonna check them to make sure they're cooked all the way through. If you like them to be a little crispier, go ahead and add a few more minutes. If you don't want your cheese to be as crispy crunchy, go ahead and add those in the last 10 minutes. So I'm gonna stick these in and I will see you when they're done. Here we are with our delicious looking baked Parmesan potatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and plate these up on a serving dish and then we'll give them a try. So I just slid them right off the parchment paper. It came off easily, no problem. I hope it's cool enough. They are perfectly cooked. I mean, there's a few here that were sticking up that you can see got a little charred, but all you gotta do is just tear that off and it's gone. It's not a thing that happened, right? That tastes like a potato chip. A crunchy one. Is there something you'd like to learn how to make? Tell me what it is down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me here today. From my kitchen to yours, let's make food from food.
That's one bowl.